Good evening and welcome to tonight's broadcast between the visiting Concordia University Wisconsin Falcons and your Concordia University Chicago Cougars. I'm Carter Gledhill, joined by Peter Borkowski. Peter, the Cougars getting their first conference win against Edgewood College by a score of 82-58, and that's a big momentum setter for this team as they come into another conference game tonight against a CUW team that they've struggled against historically.
Yes, last game, very good win for the Cougars. Largest margin of victory since January 11th, 2020. Excuse me there. We had 7 different Cougars who set a career high and some different statistics, so just a great game. Cougars one of 3 teams in the NAC still undefeated in conference play.
Well, let's watch back some of the highlights from that game as the Cougars today, especially with Streckenthaler inside at 6'7".
I think the Cougars are going to try. Streckenthaler isn't even on the court.
Wilson nails it from downtown.
Get up and get those blocks on him.
Carlson blocked by Collicott. Streckenthaler's redirection. Collicott behind the back pass to Riddell inside, and another finish now by Collicott. Everybody touched the ball on the last possession.
Cougars can just shut that corridor, that area off, which they have.
Riddell hits a 3 after
34 free throws. That first half they only allowed 9. They awarded 9. Doing a good job keeping those personal fouls down.
A swish. And those are kind of the plays that'll get you going offensively. Collicott trying to wrap it around, met by Streckenthaler. Wilson, 3. Good feed inside from Davis Williams. There you have it, the starters for both teams. Let's run it back one more time. For the Falcons, Jared Just, Matt Levine, Brandon Keller, Garrett Hoffman, and Jordan Johnson. For the Cougars, making his first start, Jordan Schmidt, Justin Greenlee, Isaac Rudell. Making his first start as well is Emmanuel Wilson, and first appearance on the season and getting the start tonight in absence of some of the players that are out is number 33, Liam Cameron, wearing number 33. The Cougars are in all white, maroon, and gold trim. They'll be going left to right on your screen. The Falcons in all blue, white, and gray trim going right to left. Peter, this is a Falcons team that picked up their first conference win against Rockford in their last game by a score of 98-80, but they have played two ranked opponents as well as scrimmaged D2 school Northern Michigan, so battle-tested team that has posed a threat for the Cougars historically.
15 straight games the Cougars have lost to the Falcons. It's going to be a tough one tonight. Despite their record, Falcons boast a good team. They're actually first in the NAC conference in field goal percentage. So interesting to see how this one turns out.
Falcons win the opening tip between Keller and Cameron. Last game between these two schools, the Falcons won in a large margin by 32 points by a score of 106-74. Emmanuel Wilson gets the first board of the game.
You can see right off the bat why the Cougars are going with Cameron to start. 7 foot high, he's got a good wingspan, able to stay in the face of the shooter and then pull down the rebounder, help pull it down.
Wilson trying to give it up to Cameron, but it's deflected inside. Falcons going the other way.
Good job by Keller there. I think we're going to see a good matchup between him and Cameron all night.
Good poke away by Schmidt. Goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Falcons. Jordan Schmidt with 4 steals on the season. The first bucket of the game is Jordan Johnson, leading scorer for this team with averaging 21 points per game.
It's also second in the NAC conference. It's going to be a tall task to slow him down, but one the Cougars are going to need to pull off if they want to win this game.
Schmidt gets it inside for Cameron. Trying to get a shot up, but that is swatted out of his hand by Garrett Hoffman. Schmidt with the drive, gives it to Cameron. Good lay-in. First bucket of the season for Liam Cameron. And a transition basket for the Falcons by Brandon Keller.
Transition D for Cougars. They got to be a little quicker, get back. Keller was wide open in the post. Good entry pass, got it there though.
Wilson's drive inside, able to avoid the flying hand of Brandon Keller. Both teams going bucket for bucket in the early goings of the first half.
Looks like a little defensive lapse from the Falcons.
Ball on the ground, picked up by Cameron, given up to Schmidt. Another feed inside to the big man. Goes up with it. Liam Cameron already with 2 buckets. Foul is called on Jordan Schmidt. Aggressive on-ball defense on Jared Just. Peter, for his first appearance on the season for Liam Cameron, Cougars are definitely making it known early on. They're going to try to get it inside to their 7-foot center.
Big credit to his teammates. They're getting it to him with some crisp passing, but Cameron's credit, he's also doing good getting open off ball. Does not look like a freshman out there right now.
Stolen away by Schmidt. Lobs it up to Wilson. Takes it inside, reverse layup. Not able to spin it in. Schmidt, open look 3. Bounces in and out.
Nice ball movement by the Cougars. I think they might have been able to hit Cameron, though, on the transition. He had some separation between him and his defender. Of course, with that height, you just throw something a little over their head. It'll probably bring it down.
Good step-back move by Matt Levine, the sophomore guard. Created that separation between him and the defender. First basket of the game.
I mentioned it right before tip-off. Falcons are rocking the best field goal percentage in the NAC. If you leave them open, they're most likely going to hit their shots.
Early substitutions for the Cougars. Tavares Davis-Williams, Jalen Meeks, Jacob Collicott, as well as Kieran Heller. There's only 2 other players on the bench for the Cougars. Barkus Jackson Jr., as well as Will Wainscott. Good feed inside. Davis-Williams not able to get a shot up.
Speaking on the bench situation, I think that's why we're going to see big changes during substitutions. Don't want anyone getting too tired.
Meeks' pass isn't able to find Davis-Williams in transition. Jalen Meeks, the leading scorer on the team, has yet to start a game this year for the Cougars, averaging 9.5 points a game. The 5th-year senior from Aurora, Colorado. Ball pressure on Johnson. Johnson wins the battle.
I think we're starting to see a bit of the Falcons' game plan. Give it to one of your guys and hope he creates separation.
Good reverse lay-in by Collicott. Camped out under the basket. Good finish with the defender right on his back. 3 ball from Levine is off the mark. Schmidt inside to Collicott. Fadeaway jumper, banks it in. Jacob Collicott off to a hot start.
Passing has been crisp so far for the Cougars. They're ranked 11th in the NAC in assists. So good passing could definitely be a big benefit tonight.
Jordan Johnson, long 2-pointer for the Falcons. It was a 2020 CIT all-tournament team selection. The last CIT event that was held since the COVID era. I was actually back here in Geisman. Fast break for Garrett Hoffman, blocked by Davis-Williams. Davis-Williams, good transition defense, leads the team with 7 blocks and put another one to his name with an exclamation mark.
Picking up right where he left off from last game. 2nd in the NAC in blocks per game with just under 2. He makes that 6'7" frame with his athleticism. Yeah, you're going to get a lot of blocks out of it.
Johnson, step back 3. Rattles. It goes into the hands of Kieran Heller. Open look 3 for Meeks. Bang! Jalen Meeks knocks down a big 3 for the Cougars, puts them up by 3.
It's good vision by Davis-Williams. He tried the one pass that got hit off some knees. Luckily, it came right back to him, and he sensed Meeks was right open on the perimeter.
Deflected ball and steal by Jacob Collicott. They'll give it to Meeks again. He'll drive this time, lays it with the left hand, not able to sink it. Falcons going the other way. Uncontested layup for Jared Jurst.
There were 3 Cougars in the middle. They all got tied up a little. A little breakdown in communication looked like.
Cougars working it on the perimeter. Davis-Williams now gives it inside for Collicott. Met by 2 Falcon defenders and has it stolen away by Grant Karsten. Johnson's 3 is off the mark.
Someone's got to pick up on him a little quicker.
Timeout called by Coach Kohler and the Cougars. 30-second timeout. Cougars up by 1 with 13-17 remaining in the first half here in Geisman Gymnasium. Go ahead. Checking into the game for the Falcons, number 35, Gabe Pruss. Cougars inbound the ball in front of their bench. Jacob Collicott bringing it up. Cougars have been riding a little momentum here. As we had Liam Cameron return for the Cougars and turns it over. Manuel Wilson in as well. Replaces Kieran Heller and Tavares Davis-Williams.
I'm interested to see how Cameron looks as a ball handler. So far this game, we've seen him just kind of post up and get those passes.
Sharp pass inside from Jers to Johnson.
But we know something that basketball world's kind of favoring right now, those ball handling big men. See if the Cougars get one in Cameron here.
Meeks needs some help. Fadeaway jumper. Rebound by Cameron. Put back. Swatted away by Proust. Floater from Rudell, able to find the net. Transition three from Karsten. Not able to go home.
Little surprise, the Falcons haven't hit one of these three-pointers yet. They're 0 for 4. They're fourth in the NAC in three-point percentage with 33. Had a couple open looks, too.
Cameron fading away from the basket, not able to sink the jumper, contested by two Falcons. Backdoor cut, bounced off the foot of Wilson. Meeks takes it all the way and it's fouled. Jalen Meeks fouled on the arm by number 20, Grant Karsten.
Nice hard drive by Meeks. Didn't end with the bucket, but on drives like that, as long as you go up, you're usually going to draw a foul.
It's a shooter's touch on the first free throw. Jordan Schmidt returns. Will Wainscott appears for the first time in the game. Meeks, a 73% free throw shooter in his career for CUC. Getting ready to take the second free throw. Knocks down both. He'll go to the bench and is replaced by Justin Greenlee. So both teams going for a little smaller of a lineup with the exception of Jordan Johnson and Liam Cameron. Johnson 6'6". Cameron is the 7-footer. It's a nice change of pace to say 7-footer. It's fun to say, Peter, in my opinion.
A little easier than your 6-foot somethings.
Good defense from Cameron on Pruss. Wilson gives it up to Wainscott. Schmidt in the corner. Loses it off his knee, not able to get it back. Picked up by Karsten. The Falcons go the other way. Johnson almost loses it out of bounds. Falcons settle it down at the top by Jers.
Again, transition D's got to be key for the Cougars.
Three ball hits back iron. Last touch by Karsten goes out of bounds. Davis Williams back in for the Cougars. Zeke Hans in for the Falcons.
That last possession by the Falcons, they had a 4-on-1 coming into the Cougars zone. Cougars caught a break. That ball was mishandled a little, but got to get back quicker than they were. Can't let so many odd man rushes happen.
Wainscott gives it up to Davis Williams. Good move at the top. Shuffles the feet. It's called for a travel. Both teams trying to feed it inside to their taller players. Difference in this game right now is the three ball. The Cougars up by 3 and have hit the only 3 in this game. And have only taken 2 shots from downtown. The Falcons 0 for 5 in the category. Jers kicks it out to Karsten. Three hits the front of the rim. Rebound by Wilson.
Again, we see another open look at the three from the Falcons. Just not hitting these. With their usual three-point percentage, you figure they're going to hit one of them.
Davis Williams' three-pointer is too strong. Baseline drive. Cruz is fouled on the way up. Can't convert on the basket. He'll go to the free throw line for two. Falcons are on a 3-minute and 13-second scoreless drought. The Cougars just over 2 minutes without scoring a bucket. Everything was firing for both teams, and then Coach Kohler called the timeout at the 13-17 mark as an airballed free throw by Cruz. And he hears it from the crowd in Geisman. Only a 54% free throw shooter in his career with the Falcons. The junior is able to bounce back and nail the second one. Falcons down by 2. Cougars break the press and set up their half-court offense, starting with Jordan Schmidt. Rudello, 3. Rebound, by Prus.
Something I've noticed so far with the Cougars offense.
Offensive foul by Prus. Goes the other way.
Something I've noticed with the offense, they're passing a lot more, and I think that's just because of the injuries. Or I should say the flu, really. They can't rely on just one or two players to play iso ball, so they have to be a bit more creative.
Everybody that's dressed for the Cougars have played in this game so far.
Coach Kohler's got to be a little creative with his sets without his usual pieces right now.
Schmidt drives, gives it up to Davis Williams. Stepping on the line was Zeke Hahn, so it will stay with the Cougars. Jacob Collicott returns to the game, replaces Schmidt. 18 seconds on the shot clock. Kyler will take it out and give it to Rudell. Offensive foul called. Goes against Tavares Davis Williams. He'll be subbed out for Liam Cameron. Cougars now with 3 fouls in the half. Falcons with 2. 8:47 remaining in the opening half here in Geisman Gymnasium. Freeman Jackson, Brandon Keller in for the Falcons. Levine, an open look. A rebound by Cameron. Collicott pushing it the other way. Jackson Jr.'s three-pointer off the mark.
Going to mention on that last possession by the Falcons.
And one for Freeman Jackson. Big play that ties up the game for the Falcons. It'll also give them a chance to take the lead.
I was going to mention how the Cougars they need to shape up their perimeter defense a little. 2 possessions ago, they had another wide open corner 3 they just didn't hit. Cougars got to get a bit better on closing out on those 3-pointers, especially when they're in the paint.
Falcons regain the lead. Up by 1, 7:56 remaining in the first half. Trying to wrap it around to Cameron was Collicott.
Collicott's pass just a little low.
The 3 from Hoffman hits the top of the backboard, goes out.
This might turn into a story to watch. Falcons are 0 for 8 right now. They usually shoot 33%. They just can't find the touch right now.
Cougars are also scoreless in the last 4 minutes. But putting an end to that is Kieran Heller. Heller getting his first basket of the game. Cougars have now hit both three-pointers made in this ball game. Another and one for Freeman Jackson, fouled by Liam Cameron. Another strong finish. Jackson, 6 foot. It's fouled by the 7-footer, Liam Cameron. Tremendous play inside by the sophomore guard.
Cameron's got to be careful. I know it's tempting when you got that height, that long of arms on you to just try and swat away at the ball, but there's also a good chance you're going to draw a foul as he did there.
Game stays tied as the Jackson missed free throw. Pulled down by the Cougars. Jordan Johnson back in for the Cougars. Jalen Meeks in for the Cougars, to say Jordan Johnson in for the Falcons. Falcons have dropped into a soft zone. Drive inside from Rudell. Able to rattle it home. They're going to have to rely on Isaac Rudell inside a little bit more. Jordan Johnson keeps adding to his total now, reaching double digits with 10 points. Meeks' shot inside. And the rebound by Brandon Keller draws a foul. 2 subs for the Cougars. Tavares Davis-Williams, Emmanuel Wilson in for Jacob Collicott, as well as Liam Cameron.
And that last rebound, notice Cameron, he was kind of behind the backboard almost. Kind of got to get yourself in front of it to grab that rebound.
Hunter Octon in for the Falcons. Places Garrett Hoffman. Foul called on Jacob Collicott. It's his first, team 6th. Just a little right was Freeman Jackson's 3. Working inside as Meeks gives it up. Open 3, Davis-Williams. Rattles out, in and out.
Good ball movement there for the Cougars. Good off-ball movement as well. Adam Davis-Williams to get open for that 3. Just couldn't hit it.
Cougars using in a community of scores right now to bring their total to 22. Jordan Johnson paving the way for the Falcons with 10. That's a game high. Meeks knocks it in the air, able to corral the loose ball. Euro step, gets knocked to the ground, no foul called. A travel called against Matt Levine. Jordan Schmidt checks back in for the Cougars. Jared Jerson for the Falcons. That is the 8th turnover by the Falcons in the game. Cougars with 9.
Cougars defense caught a bit of a break there with that turnover. Saw Meeks after landing hard on the ground. Took a second to get back up, and Falcons ready to play on some 5-on-4 offense.
Good offensive play by the Cougars. Davis-Williams with the pump fake, able to get a wide open layup as a result.
You see him hurry up down towards the other side of the court.
Cougars back up by 2. 5:09 remaining in the first half. Jackson pulls it down, tries to drive it, gets it poked away. Johnson now with it. Put back by Johnson, no good. The tip fest at the front of the rim, and the Falcons win that battle. Brandon Keller with the bucket. Another timeout by Coach Kohler, full timeout. Game is tied 24-24, 4:50 remaining in the first half here on the Cougar Sports Network. Cougars will inbound the ball after the timeout called by Coach Kohler. They are 1 of 5 in their last 5 3-pointers, 1 of 4 in their last 4 shots from the field. Peter, they've cooled off a little bit, but have been able to match the Falcons' energy when needed. As Isaac Rudell nails a 3-pointer. It's his first 3-pointer of the game, brings his total to 7. Jers wasn't able to finish the first time, able to get the putback. Jared Jers brings his total in the game to 4.
We've seen the last couple points, especially the Falcons are starting to get comfortable in the Cougars' paint a bit more. Outscoring the Cougars by 4 in the paint category, 18-14.
And 1! Liam Cameron off the feed from Isaac Rudell. We talked about how the Cougars have been trying to get it inside all game. Now Cameron goes to the free throw line for a 3-point play opportunity. 6 points as well. He'll get his first attempt as free throws as a Cougar this season.
I think that's the key with Cameron, is getting it to him. He's shooting 3 for 6.
A little too strong. Cougar lead sits at 3.
So the goal is feed him in the post and just let him use his height to his advantage. But a little on him too. He's got to get open down there as well. Can't just stand still and expect the ball to find its way to you.
Jers spins around inside, gives it up to Johnson. Almost lost it out of bounds. Gives it up to Jordan Schmidt.
It's a nice save, just passed to the wrong team.
The Schmidt pass is too much for Collicott to keep in bounds. So turnovers for both teams. Jers gives it up to Keller. Drives left side on Cameron. Gets a shot up, and a late foul is called. Liam Cameron's going to pick up his second foul of the game.
So I was kind of waiting for the foul call. Looked like there's some contact made on the way up, but it was an unusually late one. The ball was in the Cougars' hand, it looked like, when it was whistled.
First free throw missed by Brandon Keller. The foul by Cameron puts the Falcons in the bonus for the remainder of the half. Coach Kohler playing conservative, sending the freshman to the bench and brings in Isaac Rudell.
Cameron might be one of those guys you want to save for those high-stakes situations.
And another airballed free throw. Brandon Keller.
It's only a 3-point game, but it's a 3-point game with 3 minutes left in the second half. That's when you're okay playing Cameron a bit more, especially the way he's been putting the ball in the basket so far.
Falcons are 2 of 6 from the free throw line. The crowd in Geisman has been playing maybe a little bit of a factor in that. Travel called on Emmanuel Wilson negates his potential dunk.
So you gotta do it for show every once in a while, but does get the energy level up. You see the crowd get into it. Coach Kohler got into it.
Well, if he didn't travel, that would have been a poster dunk. Everybody in Geisman would have wanted to see that.
Might not have gotten the 2 points, but could play a little factor.
Another foul called inside. This time Jacob Collicott fouls Brandon Keller.
I think that'll be a point of focus at the halftime talk, is making sure you aren't fouling these guys so much in the paint. They're kind of getting away with it. The Falcons only shooting 2 for 6, but
Brandon Keller is having some struggles from the free throw line right now. Kieran Heller checks in for Jacob Collicott.
On the season, Keller, he is 48% free throw shooter. So, maybe the Cougars are okay fouling him, actually, when he's got less than half a chance to get it.
Liam Cameron replaces Jordan Schmidt. Crowd starting to pick up on Brandon Keller's struggles from the free throw line. Keller has not hit a free throw yet. Make that 0 for 4 from the free throw line.
So much of free throws is a mental game. They're not tough shots to hit by any means, but just got to be on point mentally to hit them. And when you got a crowd yelling at you, that never helps.
Brandon Keller steal. Able to dunk it. Brandon Keller, nice transition basket and dunk. Justin Greenlee, turnaround jumper, no good. Offensive foul call.
You could see how happy Keller was to get that dunk down.
And a foul called against Liam Cameron. So he picks up his third foul and has to go to the bench. Jordan Schmidt back into the game. And the Cougars right now have a small lineup out on the court.
Last thing they need is Cameron to foul out. A little surprised if he comes back in this first half.
Another missed free throw. And a block jump ball will be called inside. Possession arrow favors the Cougars. Another missed free throw for Brandon Keller.
Just looks out of it at this charity stripe. He's hit it. Done it. Shot a little too hard, shot a little too soft. I think it's safe to say the crowd's getting to him a little.
He's jawing at the crowd a little bit after his dunk, but their crowd is letting him have it after as well, chanting 0 for 5. Wilson stops on the block. Under 2 minutes to play in the half. The three from Heller is no good. Ball given up to Jordan Johnson. He has 10 points. A three from Jers. He's able to hit it right in front of the Cougar bench.
Falcons finally break the streak on their three-pointers, their first one of the game. And again, he was wide open. Cougars got to be a little bit better on rotating to make sure someone's in the vicinity at all times.
Falcons regain the lead, up by 2. Riddell, his floater, not able to go between the net.
Riddell usually hit that 9 times out of 10, but put a little too much on it that time.
A steal from Riddell, gives it up to Greenlee. Cougars in transition.
He'll make up for it on the defensive end now.
It was trapped in the corner, loses it. Reverse layup by Johnson, not able to roll its way home. It sat up on top of the rim for a while.
Pace of play's picking up a little.
Wilson, 3. Rebound by Johnson. This place would have erupted if Manuel Wilson hit that 3. Strong finish from Jordan Johnson inside. Goes from right to left on the paint.
Speaking back on Wilson's missed 3, I know he was wide open for the 3. He also had an open lane to the basket, and sometimes you just got to take those easy points.
3 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Justin Greenlee has the ball, gives it up to Riddell.
Falcons are playing really aggressive defense.
Ball tipped by a Falcon.
See if the Cougars, what they can get going set offensively. Like I mentioned, pace of play really picked up the last couple minutes. A lot of transition mistakes in offense. That's what they can do with 5 seconds left on the shot clock.
Riddell's 3. It's back iron. Ball still up in the air. And a foul called on Jordan Schmidt. Falcons able to get an extra chance at the free throw line to add before the half.
I think the fouls have really been catching up to the Cougars as of late as well. They've been committing a lot more last couple minutes than they did first half of this first half. So it's catching up to them.
Free throw by Matt Levine is good.
Falcons, they're getting the end of this first half they wanted, though. They trailed for a lot of the game, but they've managed to make up the gap and take a significant lead, or it could be a 6-point lead.
Second free throw from Matt Levine is good. Brings the score to 37-29. Little issue with the scoreboard right now here. The score is 37-29. Falcons up with 4.1 seconds remaining in the game. Davis Williams not able to get a jumper off before the buzzer sounds. The score going into halftime, Falcons 37, Cougars 29. We're going to take a quick break for halftime, and we'll bring you second half basketball here on the Cougar Sports Network. Back real quickly to give you a stat correction. The score is 35-29 going into halftime. Our live stats were off by an extra bucket. Just want to give you that update. And now we'll go to a halftime break. Falcons up 35-29 over the Cougars. Welcome back from the halftime break. Carter Gledhill joined by Peter Borkowski here in Geisman Gymnasium for the matchup between the visiting Concordia University Wisconsin Falcons and the Concordia Chicago Cougars. The Falcons able to pull away late in the opening half and have their largest lead of the game by a score of 35-29, partially because of the efforts of Jordan Johnson with 12 points. And Peter, we saw especially in the later minutes of that first half, the Cougars are starting to wear down a little bit, partially because they're without a good amount of their starting players as well as bench players, and they're playing with a little bit of small of a roster tonight. And this Falcons team was able to just capitalize on that and move the ball a little bit quicker towards the end.
I think points in the paint is a place to really focus on. Falcons outscoring the Cougars 22-16 in that regard, and again, that really picked up towards the end of the half when the Cougars looked a little tired, and Falcons are just taking advantage of rebounds and just being physical in that paint. See if the Cougars can come out with a little bit more energy after that halftime break.
Well, the second leading scorer in the game right now for the Cougars is Liam Cameron in his first game playing for the Cougars in the season in his young career for CUC with 6 points. Problem is he has 3 fouls, so he had to sit down for a couple minutes towards the end of the first half. But they've made an effort tonight to try to get it inside to their 7-foot center. And there's a big difference offensively for this Cougars team when Cameron is on the court and not on the court. And right now he's going to start the second half on the bench.
The next closest Cougar height-wise to Cameron is Tavares Davis-Williams at 6'7". So you're right, when you take a 7-footer off the court, you kind of got to change your offensive strategy to work around that lack of a post presence.
Falcons get the opening possession of the second half. Johnson not able to swirl that ball down. He had a nice play inside and a good feed from up top.
Good contest by the Cougars defenders and close. Got the shot off, but I think the Cougars might have had just enough on it to get to roll around.
Justin Greenlee trying to give it to Davis-Williams inside, defended by Matt Levine. A little height difference between Levine, 6'1", Davis-Williams at 6'7". Greenlee floats it in to Davis-Williams. Schmidt gives it up to Greenlee. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Schmidt throws up a 3. Offensive board and put back by Emmanuel Wilson. The offensive boards for the Cougars have come up critical for them in second chance opportunities. There's another bucket for Garrett Hoffman and the Falcons.
Great play by Wilson on the other end. He's only 6'2", but we saw some hops on him as he went up to get that board.
Greenlee signaling for a clear out by Rudell. Wants to give it to Davis-Williams. Give it to Rudell on the wing. Entrance pass. Too hot to handle for Davis-Williams. Johnson in, floats it up off the backboard.
I haven't seen too many errors from the Cougars passing-wise. That one is a big one. It's the Falcons lead back up to 8.
Turnaround floater from Rudell. Misses wide. A 3 ball from the corner by Garrett Hoffman. Able to fake out Emmanuel Wilson in the corner. And right out of the gates, the Falcons have extended their lead to 11. 18-15 remaining in the second half here on the Cougar Sports Network. Welcome back to the broadcast. Carter Gledhill, Peter Borkowski with you on the Cougar Sports Network as the Falcons have jumped out to a 7-0 run to open up the second half and has brought their total to 42 points, leading the Cougars by 11. And Peter, it was an area of concern for the Cougars with their limited roster, and especially with how the first half ended with a little slower pace of play from them. And right now, I think we can see a little bit of that already playing a factor in the early goings of the second.
I think the Cougars, I honestly thought they were going to come out, look a bit more energized after that break, but Falcons have picked up right where they left off after that strong close to the first half.
Davis Williams going to work inside, able to slide right by Brandon Keller.
Something else to know, this is really the first time in the game it looks like one team's kind of been running away with things almost. It's been a very close game up until now.
And one for Jordan Johnson, who's fouled on the way up. Cougars dropped into a zone on that possession. Falcons broke that with ease. Jalen Meeks replaces Jordan Schmidt. Foul called on Schmidt. That is his third.
Something else that really picked up to end that first half was the personal fouls for the Cougars. They played a pretty clean game to start the game. As things went on, they just got a little bit more sloppy, especially in those paint.
Ball pressure on Greenlee forces a travel. A combination of Matt Levine and Garrett Hoffman.
Credit to the Falcons' defensive strategy. They break out that press every once in a while, and especially the second half, the little we've played of it's really been affecting the Cougars in transition.
Jared Jers gives it up to Garrett Hoffman. Deflection by Greenlee. Gives it up to Davis Williams. Jalen Meeks able to save it. Davis Williams' first attempt was no good. Good follow-up by Jalen Meeks. Cougars down by 10.
Getting Meeks going could be huge. He led the team in scoring last game with 15.
An open look for Garrett Hoffman. Hoffman now 2 of 3 from deep.
Three ball has been a different story the second half. They've already made more than they did that entire first half.
Davis Williams floating away jumper. Swishes through the net. He now has 6 points.
And when the Cougars are getting over half court, they're playing good offense, good settled offense.
Mid-range jumper from Johnson. Nothing but net. Johnson now with 19 points.
Johnson's also 4 of 5 in his last field goal attempts. He's got the hot hand right now.
Falcons keep building. And they extended their lead now to 13. Foul called on Jalen Meeks, trying to get the board and steal it away from Jordan Johnson. Substitutions for the Cougars. Jacob Collicott, Kieran Heller, Liam Cameron in. Tavares Davis-Williams, Isaac Rudell, and Justin Greenlee out.
The Cougars just kind of need to settle things down a little bit.
Missed opportunity from the Falcons, and Matt Levine on an open inbound layup.
Just looked a little off of it to start this second half in terms of turnovers and personal fouls.
Miscommunication between Heller and Wilson leads to another Cougar turnover. They now have 16 in the game. .41 remaining in the second half. Falcons have jumped out to a lead at the end of the first half and have kept it going since. Rebound by Jalen Meeks. Cougars looking to answer back. And a reach-in foul call on Matt Levine. Levine's first foul, team's first of the half. Jacob Collicott will take it out in front of the fan section.
Cougars defense has picked up a little bit. The Falcons, they started the half 5 for 6 on the field goal range. They've been 1 for 4 though as of late.
Heller has it, now gives it back to Collicott. Collicott in the paint, trying to get it to Cameron. Went right into Brandon Keller's grasp. Spin around, turn around, and dropping it in. Brandon Keller. Keller now has 8 points in the game, 9 rebounds, nearing that double-double mark. Deep three from Heller, hits the front of the rim. Stolen away by Wilson. 2 players on the court, out of bounds on the Falcons. Jared Jurst able to get to the ball before Emmanuel Wilson, but went out of bounds on the baseline. Isaac Rudell in for Wilson. Another substitution for the Falcons. Gabe Pruss replaces Brandon Keller. Inbound from Meeks to Rudell. Rudell backs it up near the center court logo. Five seconds on the shot clock. Meeks throws up a jumper. Rebound by Jared Jurst. And on that last possession, Peter, it looked like Liam Cameron was trying to get the ball. Cougars were trying to feed it inside, but he wasn't really moving off that right block.
No, I've talked about it a little before. He's got to do his part in getting good off-ball movement and getting open for those passes to him. He just can't rely on his teammates to get it to him. And to their credit, though, Falcons have some good defense on him, making sure he doesn't get any open looks.
Foul called on Sam Meerstein. First foul, second team foul. Grant Karsten in for Garrett Hoffman. Falcons draw up the pressure on Heller. Floating it up. Meeks to Collicott, was picked off by Jurst. He'll try to take it all the way. Ball goes all the way out to Pruss. A 3 from Johnson. He nails it.
It's communication lapse on the Cougars' part. You can see all of them are just staring at him, and he was getting ready to take the 3. Johnson, someone's got to get on him and just close out and at least contest the shot.
Jordan Johnson shooting 37% from the three-point arc. Now has 22 points in the game. Timeout called by Coach Kohler and the Cougars. 37-55 is the score. Falcons up big time right now in Geisman with 13:30 remaining. Cougars have been scoreless for the last 3 minutes, and the Falcons keep building upon their lead, now out to the largest lead of the game by either team with 18 points. 55-37 is our score. Peter, what have you seen from the Cougars in this second half that has been different than the first half?
I think the play overall just needs to tighten up a little bit, especially in the passing regards. I've seen some needless turnovers that really the Falcons aren't doing that much work to cause. Cougars just off-ball movement can help out with that too, getting more open players to get those passes to.
Now a technical foul has been called on Tavares Davis Williams. So Jordan Johnson will shoot. Misses the first free throw. So the foul was originally called on Gabe Pruss. Then Davis Williams got called for a technical foul. Johnson goes 1 for 2 from the charity stripe.
The Falcons, they're under 50 from the free throw line today, 6 for 14. Cougars getting a little help in that regard.
Falcons coming into this game shooting 68% from the free throw line, and an offensive foul was called. Another one by Tavares Davis Williams. So he's going to go to the bench. He's replaced by Emmanuel Wilson. As we mentioned, the Cougars have struggled against the Falcons, as their record all-time against CUW is 3-23, and currently on a 15-game losing streak. The jump ball called. Rudell and Jers were in on it. Possession favors the Cougars. Justin Greenlee bringing it up. Emmanuel Wilson for 3. Hits the side of the rim. Picked off by Greenlee, gives it up. And a missed layup by Barkus Jackson Jr. A foul called, and it'll go against Jackson Jr. Right now, a little frustration showing from the Cougars. Partially, I think, because of just the wear and tear they've been going through in this game.
So that last foul by Jackson Jr., that was just purely a frustration foul. We saw him miss the layup and then take a slap at the ball to try and cause a turnover. And again, I think the team as a whole just kind of needs to recollect themselves mentally. They still got over half to play.
A swish from downtown from Grant Karsten.
Doesn't help, though, when the Falcons are shooting over 50 on the field goals in the second half and 27 from 3.
Rudell is tackled to the ground. Foul will go against Jared Jers. That'll be Jers' second personal foul, team's third. And a technical foul now issued to Jared Jers.
So Jers and Rudell, I believe, are been jawing at each other a bit as of late, and we finally saw that one boil over.
Jordan Schmidt to the free throw line to shoot for the Cougars off the technical foul by Jared Jers. Makes 1 of 2. Freeman Jackson replaces Jers. The original foul between all of this was called on Sam Mearstein, excuse me. So the Falcons now with 5 fouls in the half, Cougars with 6. Schmidt has it up top. Trying to climb back into this game. Down by 21. Rudell stops, throws it up. Too hard, rolls into the hands of Sam Mearstein.
He's shooting 30.8% from the field this second half. He's just gone cold.
Blocked at the rim, combo from Barkus Jackson Jr. Meeks loses it on the way up because of a foul called on Jordan Johnson.
See if they can get a little momentum going here, though. Got a big block on one end, and A couple free throws at the other. See if this gives them anything. Could also get Meeks going. Potentially, he's got only 7 points so far in the game. He led the Cougars in scoring last game with 15. Been missing his usual offensive production tonight.
Meeks makes the first free throw. Greenlee and Collicott replace Jackson Jr. and Schmidt. Meeks shooting just 67% from the free throw line in the season, misses the second. Now we have a stoppage of play. One of the referees is talking to Freeman Jackson. Play resumes. Looked like the referee was signaling if there was a bloody lip. Cougars have it in transition. Collicott feeds it inside for Riddell. Kicks it out to Meeks. He drives, lays it up and in. Jalen Meeks, 10 points in the game. First Cougar to reach double digits.
Good ball movement, especially by Riddell, to swing that all the way out to Meeks, and then Meeks does the rest of it. A solid drive to the basket.
Cougars dial up the defensive pressure. Three-pointer from Grant Karstein, swirled in and out. Now a foul called on Emmanuel Wilson. It'll be Wilson's first foul, team sixth. And on both teams, the next foul will put each team into the bonus. Going to the line to shoot free throws is Gabe Pruss. Substitution for the Falcons. Garrett Hoffman replaces Jordan Johnson. 23 points for Johnson. Liam Cameron replaces Isaac Riddell.
Those 23 points. Johnson, he's just a little over his usual average of 21. Mentioned it earlier, but that's second place in the NAC conference right now.
Johnson has now scored 20-plus points in all but one game this season, and that was against UW-Platteville when he only had 10 back on the 17th of November. His season high was in the first game of the season against UW-Oshkosh, where he scored 27 in the 96-62 loss. Cameron has it in front of the bench, tries to drive on Jackson, gives it up to Greenlee. Wilson, he'll take a crack at it inside, and a blocking foul is called. We'll go against Sam Mearstein. Little early lean from Mearstein. Drew the foul from the referee. So Emmanuel Wilson will go to the line to shoot a pair of free throws.
Wilson's athleticism a couple times today. Almost cleared his defender on that one, but I think he's happy with the blocking foul. A couple free throws out of it.
Wilson 7 for 9 on free throws on the season. Make it 8 for 10. Cougars keep clawing back into this one, trying to etch away at the Falcons' 61-43 lead. As they reach almost halfway through the second half. Freeman Jackson has something to say about it, though, as he hits a three-pointer for himself. It's Jackson's first made three-pointer of the game, brings his total to 8.
I will say the Falcons' threes, they've been pretty timely. Every time the Cougars think they get something going, Falcons going to dash that with a three-pointer.
Good ball reversal from the Cougars. The missed three from Greenlee is kept on this side of their court. Meeks now with the three, lines it up and hits it. Jalen Meeks with 13 points, leading scorer for the Cougars. And Falcons answer right back with an easy transition layup. Grant Karstein just sat at the block. And we got the assist from Garrett Hoffman, who now has 4 assists in the game. Back-to-back threes for Jalen Meeks. He's now 3 of 4 from downtown.
Meeks find his touch a little. The Cougars kind of lack that big scoring presence all game. See if Meeks can fill that role as they hope to close this gap.
Timeout is called. Looked to be a player timeout called by Garrett Hoffman. So a full timeout called. Cougars trying to keep the energy and momentum going, down 66-49 with 9:02 remaining in the second half. Timeout called by the Falcons. Play resumes as there'll be an inbounded pass right in front of their own bench. CUW up 66-49 over the Cougars. Peter, the Cougars have caught a little bit of new birth of energy and momentum too, partially because of Jalen Meeks is being able to hit 3 of his last 4 shots, 2 of which have been 3-pointers. As coming out of the timeout, Brandon Keller gets a basket for the Falcons.
They're building off that point. Meeks, he's one of those guys, when you get him going, he can really command an offense. He's got good speed and good vision. He's also got a nice shooting touch as we've seen him.
Tough jump shot contested by Hoffman. Keller tried to throw it off of Davis Williams' leg, but Davis Williams just knocked it down and put it back up.
Williams said, "I'll take that."
A steal by Wilson and the layup. Cougars are starting to catch a little bit extra wind. Now a foul is called. As far as Davis Williams will pick up his 4th personal foul and have to take a seat as Coach Kohler's going to the bench and will have him replaced by Isaac Rudell.
Energy's really picking up for the Cougars, so I'll get a little out of hand there. That Davis Williams foul. You got to be careful. You're not playing high-octane basketball, especially trying to cause turnovers. Can't get too physical with it, though.
Grant Karstein to shoot the 1-and-1 for the Falcons. Hits the first. Has 6 points in the game. Make it 7. The perfect 2 of 2 from the free throw line makes him the best shooting free throw Falcon of the game. Tied with Matt Levine. Meeks, his shot contested. Ball goes out of bounds off of Falcon. Meeks hit the ground hard. No foul was called.
A little surprised no foul was called there. Meeks was really looking for one. We saw him throw it up to get that shooting foul. Got nothing out of it, though. So we're letting him play in that regard.
13 seconds on the shot clock. Jordan Schmidt inbounds it for the Cougars. Looking for help. Tries to go deep, and he will. He finds Isaac Rudell on the right side. Wilson dribbling towards the top of the key. Stops, crosses over. Spins around, almost loses it to Hoffman. Collicott has to throw it up. Shot clock violation in the Cougars. Good defensive possession from the Falcons.
There's a little too much ball movement. We said they've been doing a good job of it the second half. I think that time they just got a little too indecisive. But like you said, Falcons were playing some good one-on-one defense on whoever did have the ball, though.
Freeman Jackson gives it up to Hoffman, who gives it to Keller. Power dribble, and the dunk. It's an inside on the block. Seen Brandon Keller throw 2 down in this game. Gets up and blocks another one. Travel called against Garrett Hoffman. He's trying to spin around and fell down to the court. Justin Greenlee replaces Jacob Collicott. Falcons lead sits at 19 right now.
Second half, it's been a bit of a game of runs so far. Falcons will go on a big run. Cougars will do their best part to catch up, and then right when you think they got something going, the Falcons throwing their own little streak to end things.
Liam Cameron checks in for Emmanuel Wilson. Matt Levine in for Garrett Hoffman. A 3 from Meeks off the mark. Cougars 5 of 17 from deep in this game. Definitely slowed their roll since the first half. Another power move inside from Brandon Keller. Keller now has 12 points in the game. He has a double-double as well with 12 rebounds. Forrest steals as well.
Besides that very noticeable 0 in his free throw column, Keller's having a really nice game for the Falcons. Really using his height and strength to his advantage in the paint.
Greenlee's drive, little floater, too short. Mearstein with the rebound. Mearstein, I should say, excuse me. Turnaround by Keller, was going to throw one up. And an underhand finish from Freeman Jackson in the paint. Jackson now has 10 points. Full timeout called by Coach Kohler and the Cougars. Falcons are out to a 23-point lead with 5:56 remaining in the game. We'll take a timeout here on the Cougar Sports Network and return shortly. Falcons currently on a little bit of a run of 8-0 in the last 2.5 minutes. Cougars trying to answer back. Rudell's three-pointer is short. Falcons out to their largest lead of the game. Almost an impressive finish from Freeman Jackson. Good Olay finish from Emmanuel Wilson. Wilson now with 10 points, reaching double digits on the game.
Some great energy from Wilson all game. He came streaking down the court. Got that transition pass to him. Like you said, Carter, nice little move to finish the basket.
And another impressive shot inside from Brandon Keller. He's been feasting in this second half.
Post defense has got to be a little bit better from all the Cougars. Says Cameron on that one.
Another three for Rudell. Missed the mark, so now back-to-back possessions with a missed Rudell three. He is 1 of 5 from downtown. Trying to steal that one away, but it goes out of bounds. As far as Davis Williams replaces Liam Cameron. A couple substitutions for the Falcons as well. Justin Greenlee gets in for Jalen Meeks. Zeke Hans, Gabe Pruss in for Sam Meerstein and Brandon Keller. Take inside by Matt Levine. Brings his total in the game to 6.
He's going to walk through the Cougars defense.
Schmidt tried to finish on the left side. Left it just short.
This is the Cougars. They got to really press out on defense now. They got to get these turnovers as they just did.
Wilson stops on the block. Able to lay it up right over the top of Pruss. Falcons look to give it inside. They decide to keep it on the perimeter, though. Freeman Jackson now tries to get it up to Gabe Pruss. It's kept in bounds. He gets a shot off and not able to fall.
Good work by Davis Williams down low. Saw him disrupt that initial pass and then got back in bounds for the rebound.
Foul called on number 10, Matt Levine. That is his second. It also puts the Cougars in the bonus for the remainder of the game. Levine is replaced by Octon. Justin Greenlee to shoot the first. Makes it. He'll get another one coming. Jalen Meeks replaces Isaac Rudell. And Peter, we've seen, especially in the second half, Coach Kohler, almost seems like every dead ball there's a substitution or two, just because of how much these guys have been playing.
Yeah, and a little shorter bench for the Cougars tonight. You got to make sure everyone gets a seat, at least every once in a while, no matter how short it's for.
Jump ball called. Possession will stay with the Falcons. And Peter, your point, some of the guys that the Cougars could really use right now aren't playing. Jordan Matthews, Brent Hatton, Landon Gladney. All big-time players for this Cougars team that are not active tonight.
All three of those guys have started for the Cougars at one point.
Three at the top of the key for Hans. Hits back iron. Rebound by Davis Williams. Fouled by Grant Karsten, excuse me. So Davis Williams will go to the free throw line. So now we have a discussion on the floor, waiting to see what the call is.
So the Cougars are trying to say Freeman Jackson, he did something going up to the free throw against Schmidt or Collicott. Something called on him.
So Carson is replaced by Keegan Ty. Davis Williams hits the first free throw. Davis Williams now 3 of 3 on the season from the charity stripe. Make it 4-4. Scores now 80-60 in favor of the Falcons. Davis Williams gets the steal. Wilson's three. A little too strong, and a foul is called on the ground. It'll go against the Falcons and Gabe Pruss. So Davis Williams will go back to the free throw line.
Seen it a couple times in the second half. Something will happen, and the Cougars, they'll get a little burst of energy. Falcons come back and answer it, but the Cougars can just sustain that. Might have a chance to pull themselves back in this one. Not much time to do it, though. It's only 3:09 left in regulation.
A lot of those playmakers that keep the energy on the side of the Cougars, as we mentioned, aren't playing tonight. So they've relied on other players to try to step up. Emmanuel Wilson has 12 points. Jalen Meeks again with double-digit scoring and a new season high of 16. And it's just been one of those things that from the start the Cougars came out firing. And then since then it's been a slow decline of energy and ball movement.
I think the Falcons are just, I don't think they've played substantially better or worse throughout the game. Had a little slow start, but they just played a really consistent game, and again, they have the bench numbers to support it as well tonight.
Jalen Meeks fouled by Hunter Auchtung. So the Cougars keep chipping away at the Falcons at the free throw line. Meeks makes the first. Cougars are in the double bonus for the remainder of the game. Falcons still in single bonus. Missed free throw, offensive board by Davis Williams. Meeks, top of the key, three. Another push out by Davis Williams. Goes right through his hands. Good idea from Emmanuel Wilson trying to give it back inside for Davis Williams as both Falcons players were down in the court.
Saw that one just slip right through Davis Williams' hand.
Now a timeout called by Sean Cassidy and the Falcons. 30-second timeout. 2:37 remaining in the game. Falcons up 80-62 over the Cougars here on the Cougars Sports Network. Falcons will inbound in the corner on the baseline. It'll be taken out by Keegan Ty. Almost falls in play. Able to get it in to Gabe Pruss. Cougars are in the full court pressure. Falcons break it. Get it over half court. Zeke Hans has it. Stolen away by Jordan Schmidt. Gives it up to Jacob Collicott. Pulls it out. Looking for help. Gives it to Davis Williams for three. That goes through the legs of Emmanuel Wilson. Now a fast break for Zeke Hans. Pulls up, makes two Cougars miss. Too strong off the backboard. Kicks all the way out to the top of the key, and now foul called on Jalen Meeks.
I don't know if Meeks touched him. You can't really see from this angle, but like the Falcons player just dove for the ball almost. Ref saw something though.
Freeman Jackson to the free throw line. Averages 2 points a game. Tonight, he has 10. Misses the 1-1.
Jackson's usually one of the shorter players out there on the court, but making the most of it tonight. Being really shifty, really elusive, dancing around those defenders.
Under 2 minutes to play in this conference matchup between the Falcons and the Cougars. Collicott's contested 3 off the mark. Ball on the court, picked up by Schmidt. Foul called. Zeke Hans credited with the foul. That is Hans' first personal foul. There is a chance that the Cougars could match up with the Falcons before in CIT, which takes place on January 28th and January 29th in Seward, Nebraska, at Concordia University, Nebraska's campus. But they will play the Falcons one more time in Mequon on January 8th. Travel called on Freeman Jackson. Davis Williams checks back in. Will Wainscott, short entry into the game, will come back to the bench. Justin Greenlee in for Jacob Collicott. Meeks, 3 on the wing, bang! Jalen Meeks reaching 20 points. And a foul is called. Justin Greenlee draws it on Gabe Pruss.
Meeks in that 3 ball. I think that's really what's been keeping the Cougars in even the conversation of coming back. He's 4 for 7 today.
Greenlee misses the first.
The Cougars do want to somehow crawl back in this one. The last 1 minute and 20 seconds. They're going to need that 3 ball as a team. They're 6 for 24 tonight. 4 of those came from Meeks himself, so I'd be surprised if he gets a couple more looks at it from beyond the arc tonight.
Cougars have been on a run for the last 3.5 minutes, totaling 11 points. Freeman Jackson gets fouled on the way up, knocks down the layup. It'll go to the free throw line for a free throw as well. Ends a 3.5 minute scoring drought for the Falcons. Will Wainscott departs. Tavares Davis Williams in. Missed free throw by Jackson. Goes out of bounds off a Falcon. Manuel Wilson will inbound it to Jordan Schmidt. 1:10 remaining in the game. Rudell has it on the wing. Gives it up to Davis Williams. Charges in hard, kicks it back out to Rudell. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Wilson a 3. Tried to bank it home. Rebound by Keegan Ty. Gives it up to Freeman Jackson.
The Cougars need that 3 ball to close this gap, but as I mentioned earlier, just not hitting their shots tonight. In that tricky situation, you need to take them even though you're just not hitting them.
Ty with a nice finish at the hoop. Ty gets his first bucket of the game. Jordan Schmidt has it at the top. Just over a second differential between shot clock and game clock. Step back 3 from Schmidt. Hits left iron. Shot clock turned off. Zeke Hans will hold it for the Falcons. And the final buzzer sounds. And the Falcons extend their winning streak against the Cougars now to 16 straight by a score of 84-66. Led by Jordan Johnson with 23 points, accompanied by a 14-point performance from Brandon Keller, and 13 rebounds puts him at a double-double. Cougars slow to start in the second half, and that was pretty much the difference maker, is because the Falcons capitalized where the Cougars weren't able to, and it was partially because of the depth.
I think, coming out of the halftime break, Falcons were coming out firing on all cylinders. They built up that big lead, and Cougars got things going eventually in that second half, but that lead just kind of stayed at where it was because the Falcons played good basketball through that second half, and again, that slow start kind of lost the game for the Cougars. So got to get the energy levels up again, but it will help when they have a lot of their bench players return as well.
Jalen Meeks with 20 points in the game. That is the first Cougar on the season to reach the 20-point mark. As we'll have a post-game interview coming from Coach Kohler. I want to thank Peter Borkowski for joining me on the call as we get set up for our post-game coaches interview. I'm standing here with head men's basketball coach, Coach Kohler, after the 84-66 loss to Concordia University, Wisconsin. Coach, coming into this game, you were already shorthanded with a couple of your key players out. What did you tell the team today, though, in order to prepare for the Falcons?
Through difficulty, there's opportunity. That's what we talked. It's the Albert Einstein quote. We don't care. I mean, we're not going to make excuses. That gave guys opportunities tonight. And we said, we went through this already. Justin Greenlee made a great point. We went through that last year, where we had 9 guys in a game. We had multiple guys out. So it was just about going out and competing and just giving everything you had. And I thought we did that tonight.
Jalen Meeks with 20 points, first Cougar on the season to reach the 20-point mark. What has it meant for him to come into this game, especially when there's a couple starters you had that weren't playing, a veteran coming off the bench able to put up a number like that?
We weren't even sure he was going to play. He didn't practice on Friday, Saturday. It wasn't at a run-through today, and he was good enough in warm-ups. And so for him to be able to perform like that and compete like that, that's why he's a captain. That's why he's a fifth-year senior, and he just sets the example right there. And we need that, going forward. But it's good to see him get going.
What are we going to do in practice to set up for Marian University, your next contest in Fond du Lac against the Sabres on Saturday at 4:15?
Yeah, rest probably a little bit. We need to get healthy. We don't control that, but we got to get healthy. We'll give the guys a day or so off, and then we'll prepare the same way we prepare all the time. We'll be ready to go.
Awesome, Coach. Thank you for taking time out.
Thank you.
And that has been the coach's interview with Coach Steve Kohler. For the entire production crew here at the Cougar Sports Network of Chandler Kerr, Sydney Pulaskis Laher, Kayla McLeod, CJ Sellner, Justin Bajorseth, Katie Schrems, Parker Kelly, Julia Beers, and Peter Borkowski, Ryan McGee. I'm Carter Gledhill signing off from Geisman Gymnasium. We'll see you next time. Go Cougars.